Stay tuned for my top 12 Transformers of 2023 coming up. Hi guys, Rodimusbill here, and today I'm doing my top 12 of 2023. Now, these are the top 12 Transformers that I personally own. If I couldn't get a hold of one, like for instance Leader Class Snarl, Studio Series 86, he's not on this list because I do not personally have them. Now the ones that are included on this list, you got Transformers Legacy, Legacy Evolution, Studio Series 86, Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. You know, there's some core classes, there are deluxes. There's a whole bunch of it from core class all the way up to Titan class. Now, my honorable mentions, there was a lot of figures I reviewed, but my honorable mentions, I broke down to the Legacy Trashmaster, he's a Voyager figure. The Deluxe Crash Bar, I love the Junkions, maybe I'll do a whole video just on the Junkions once they all come out. The Animated Prowl, and the Buzzworthy 2-pack Bumblebee, or Ironhide and Prowl. I know the Targets had them clearance this year, so I picked them up, and I thought they were pretty cool. Not enough to make the list, but they're on the honorable mentions. Alright, now as always, I'm going to start off at 12 and work my way down to 1. Now I did things differently this year. There was a lot of subgroups, like Secticons, Dinobots, so if I have a favorite subgroup, I listed them as one figure. So, but you'll see that as the list goes down. Now let's start off with number 12. Alright, the number 12 is one of my subgroups. It's the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Jungle Mission Transformers Rise of the Beast 3-pack. You've got the Cheetor, you've got Wheeljack, and you've got Nightbird. All deluxe figures. Now, these, it was weird this year because Rise of the Beast figures, you had only Walmart had one line, Target had the other line, and it was really hard to find these figures. But I picked up the 3-pack, actually I got this for my birthday. So I really wanted it for Nightbird and Wheeljack. I thought the Cheetor figure was just a repaint, but I didn't realize it was a completely different mold. So first we'll start off with Cheetor. Like I said, a completely different mode. He even came with a gut gun. And I did a video of comparing the two Cheetors, and this definitely is better than the original Deluxe Cheetor, the one from the Kingdom line. He's more realistic looking, and he's got more of the brown fur and stuff, so that was Cheetor. Now, Nightbird, this is a good figure. Now, from what I understand on the Studio Series Deluxe figure, the backpack is way too big. I know the color's a little differently, but I like this figure. I like the way how her spoiler becomes her gun. She's got a sword. Only one sword though. She had two in the movie, I think. But all in all, this wasn't a bad figure. So that was my Nightbird figure. And then Wheeljack. Pablo, what can you say about Wheeljack? If this guy wasn't named Wheeljack, he is a cool figure. I like the way he transforms. I mean, it's all different. I love the face sculpt is pretty cool. And from what I understand about, again, the Studio Series coming out is just like this, but a little different. So I might just stay with this guy. And there you go. So we've got Jungle Mission 3-pack. You've got the Terracon Nightbird. You've got the Maximal Cheetor. And you've got the Autobot Wheeljack. So that is my number 12 spot. Coming at number 11 is Voyager Bludgeon Legacy Evolution. Now, this is a repaint of Tarn with a new face sculpt and an extra sword. But for some reason, I didn't like the Tarn figure because this little rubber piece kept snapping off. So on Bludgeon, it's a little better on my copy. And I like Bludgeon more because I grew up during the 80s with the Transformers, and I collected the original Marvel line, where it said number 80 out of a 4-issue miniseries. And Bludgeon was a very important part in the final chapters of the comic book. So I like this more of nostalgia than the actual figure. I had problems with the way the arms are and this rubber piece right here. Not so much on Bludgeon. Tarn, it keeps popping off. But I just like the Bludgeon figure. I mean, the color scheme's pretty cool. You got the orange, the green. Like I said, he was originally a Decepticon Pretender. This was the Pretender shell. And then the inside, you know, it's split open and the actual robot would transform into something. Probably a tank. But I think they did a pretty good job, and if it's not for the Tarn mold, I think, you know, it was made for this mold. And more for nostalgia purposes than anything else, Bludgeon is my number 11 figure. Now, coming at number 10, we have Studio Series Voyager Rhinox. Now, this is a completely different Rhinox than we've ever seen before. I love how the head compresses into the chest. He's more bulky. He's more armored up. I love just his legs are a lot easier. That the Rhinox from the Kingdom line was really, really bad. You know, every time he transformed, he felt like the legs was going to break off. But this guy is completely different figure. It's a shame he didn't speak in the movie, but came with a cool hammer with spikes on it. Like I said, the way the horn compresses into the chest is pretty cool. He's bulky. He doesn't have any hollow spots at all on it. Well, I guess none of these really Studio Series figures do. But I like the paint wash. It goes from the silver to the brown. He looks very. I mean, the face sculpt is great. I love that face sculpt. All in all, I think he's a very good figure. Definitely a big improvement over the Kingdom Voyager line. So number 10 on my top 12 list is Studio Series Rise of the Beast Voyager Rhino. Now, before I go on to number 9, I just want to do a little note. I may be looking at my watch, but it's because I have a new Google Pixel watch, and this is how I'm stopping and recording my video. Doing this all by myself this year. I got none of my kids to help me. So, number 9 is again a 2-for-1. We got the Studio Series Core Class Rumble Blue and Frenzy Red. We actually got cassette tapes with real pile drivers. Now these also fit inside of the Siege Soundwave. I actually have Sound Blaster, I don't have Soundwave, but they fit nevertheless. And they do have a Frenzy and a Rumble, but they actually transform different. And these guys are a lot more accurate, and like I said, with the pile drivers, it makes them a lot better than their other counterparts. Now, I love how Hasbro played it with the Rumble Blue, Frenzy Red. Because originally, everybody knows in the cartoons, this was Rumble, this was Frenzy. But on the actual toy packs, this guy was labeled Rumble, and this guy was Frenzy. So the animators got it wrong, and not the toys. So again, that's my twofer. So this is number 9. We've got Studio Series 86. Frenzy and Rumble. First we crack the shell, and then we crack the nuts inside. So that's number 9. It was a tie. It was a tie between Studio Series Gamer Edition Optimus Prime Voyager and Legacy Leo Prime. So first we'll do the Gamer Edition Prime. This guy is a nice figure. He's bulky. There's no hollow spots on him. He comes with a cool weapon. He comes with this gun where you can attach to his arm. There's actually his arm. You can stick it on the back. I love the face sculpt. This is another Cybertronian version of the War Within Cybertron Prime. My kids got the game, but I've never played it. But like I said, the transformation's pretty cool. I love how you flip things over, you rotate it. It's a completely different version of Optimus Prime. the way the legs are, this weapon, how you can even use the weapon for the Megatron. I also got the Gamer Edition Megatron, but he's actually one of the worst figures. But, so we got Gamer Edition Optimus Prime. Now, also we got Leo Prime. I never actually heard of Leo Prime until this guy came out. And once I got the actual figure, I mean, this guy is nice. Of course, he's got the Optimus Prime head sculpt. He's got the lion on one side, the tail on the other side. You know, he's got these little weapons, these little claws that pop out. And if you open his chest up, I believe, thought he had a matrix in his chest. Oh, maybe not. I know you open his chest up though. Oh yeah, there it goes. Whoops. Alright, see, you open his chest up, pretend there's a matrix. That's part of his transformation though. But still a pretty cool figure. You know, I love how they kept the red chest. They kind of kept the windows for the cab in the front. He's got a little Maximal symbol. And this is Leo Prime. And this is, I guess that's a little matrix right there. It's on one side. It's a smaller matrix than what we're used to. But like I said, I never watched the Japanese cartoon. But, I mean, I thought this guy was a solid animal mode, a solid robot mode. And, well, I couldn't decide between my primes. So, Studio, what is number 8 on my top 12 list is Leo Prime, or Leo Prime, and Gamer Edition War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. Number 7, we have another group. I know, this is full of groups and ties. We have Legacy Kickback, and then you had Legacy Evolution Shrapnel, and Legacy Evolution Bombshell. So we finally got our 3 Insecticons, but deluxe sizes. And they are pretty cool. First we'll take a Kickback. We'll take a look at Kickback. He was the one that came out in the Legacy line. I like the robot mode. These wings are they're kind of big, but Kickback has always been the weakest of the 3. Just because the way, you know, he always put his legs different, and they just, you know, they don't really peg in or anything. They just hang out like that. But the robot mode, I love it. I love how they even try to keep the original Diaclone Insecticons where you open up the cockpit. But they kind of made it look like it opens up, but it doesn't. But this was Kickback. Like I said, Kickback's the weakest of the bunch. Then, when I went on my cruise, I found Shrapnel. Now, Shrapnel I had when I was a kid, so he's a little special to me because I collected them when I was 11 in 83 or in 84 when the Transformers came out. And so I had a lot of G1. I still have some of the figures, but yeah, it's always fun when I try to get the one that I own and try to get a newer version. Now, Shrapnel's pretty cool. I love the way he transforms. You know, they've got some like new things like his legs on the back. The pincers are, you know, this works, and then you also do this. So he's double, they've got the double movement. Again, with the cockpit, kind of looks like it opens up, but it doesn't. And I love Shrapnel. So now you'll notice black crotch piece and the gray legs. Now keep an eye on that. Because next, we've got Bombshell, who's got the gray crotch piece and the black thighs. Now I know some people I've seen on like the Facebook pages, what they'll do is they'll take the pin out and they'll switch his thigh piece with his, but I don't mind them right there. I really don't mind the different colors. But back to Bombshell. Now one thing about Bombshell and Shrapnel, they're the exact same figure from the waist down. But up top is all new. You know, you got the little claws like right up here. Very, very smooth figure in the back. But I think his Beetle mode, I think, is lacking too. But all in all, we've got our deluxe Insecticons, just like we're getting deluxe mini-bots in the Legacy line. So I'm glad we've got Shrapnel, Kickback, and Bombshell. So they were good enough to be number 7 in my top 12 list of 2023. And one was part of Legacy, and the other 2 were part of Legacy Evolution. And I'm wondering if they're going to do Chop Shop or some of the other Insecticons. We've got 6 down, 6 to go. And at number 6 is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Deluxe Origins Jazz. Now this is a Jazz from the very, very first episode of Transformers More Than Meets the Eye. It was funny because they had Bumblebee and Wheeljack, and then they had Jazz later on. But Bumblebee came out first, then Jazz, and we're getting Wheeljack in the Legacy United line. But this Jazz, I mean, he looks just like he does in his G1 form. He comes with a grappling hook that's in 2 parts. So if you really wanted to get a string, you could actually, do your own little modifications. He comes with his G1 style gun. And if you look at him straight on, that is Jazz from G1. And then I don't mind the kibble. He's got a backpack and he's got these big legs. But from what they had, what the designers did was they took a G1 Porsche car and made it into a Cybertronian spaceship, or Cybertronian mode. I think they nailed him. His face sculpt is great. His body's great. The joints on this guy, I mean the legs, mine are so stiff, you can barely move that. You can move the joints. They got full range of motion. Like I said, I don't mind. He's got a little weight to it. I don't mind the kibble on the back or the kibble on the legs. The little 11-year-old me kid that watched Transformers never thought I'd get this Jazz before. So this Jazz is starting off the top 6 of this year. Well worth it. He's a Target exclusive at the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. So finishing up number 6 is Buzzworthy Bumblebee Deluxe Origins Jazz. At number 5. Now this guy is the opposite of Blood Gym. I knew nothing about this character from the Japanese Headmaster series. It is Legacy Evolution Voyager Metal Hawk. But this guy shares basically the Cyclonus exoskeleton, but they change the top half, but the bottom half, and mostly how you transform it is the same as Cyclonus, which I still think is one of the best figures Hasbro's ever made, at least in the last couple of years. He comes with 2 weapons. He comes with the 2 guns, where you could piece them together. It's part of their Evo Fusion thing. So he comes with 2 guns, and he comes with a big sword that you could snap on the back of him. And then that just fits right there. And then the guns, 5mm, or so you can put them basically anywhere you want. But I love the colors. The bright yellow chest, the blue arms, the blue legs. I like the red wings, the red toes, the red knees. The yellow is pretty cool. I get the Autobot symbol. And like I said, this Cyclonus mold, I love this Cyclonus mold. And once I saw they're coming out with Metal Hawk, and after I saw the review, I'm like, I gotta get this guy. And it's a shame though, he's on a lot of Target shelves right now. I don't know why, but he seems to be a shelf warmer, at least in my area in Florida. But everything from the sculpt of the face, the color scheme, the weaponry, the joints. I mean, look at that. This guy, it's funny because Hasbro either hit or misses with joints. You either have a figure with loose joints or a figure with tight joints, and they can't never seem to get that happy medium. But as for number 5 in my top 12 collection, it's going to be Evolution Metal Hawk, and this guy deserves it. Coming in at number 4 is the Legacy Evolution Core Class Dinobot Combiner Volcanicus. Now, this is the second time we've had a Dinobot Combiner named Volcanicus. Yeah, this guy is the first time we had Scar, which is a cool ankylosaurus. And he's been a very cool character in the IDW cartoon or comic book. And I'm so glad that we actually got a Scar figure. I'd love a deluxe figure or a Voyager, but we'll talk about that another time. So, what we have is Volcanicus. Grimlock is actually the leg. You got Snarl, you got Swoop, you got Scar, Slag or Slug is the head, and Sludge is the torso. Now, Slag came first, then Sludge, and it finished up with Snarl. Funny thing about it is, first came Slug. He was a good figure, no elbow articulation, but he was pretty good in dinosaur mode. He was pretty solid in robot mode. And then Sludge is just horrible with the legs. I mean, no articulation. He's neither good in Brontosaurus mode or robot mode. And Sludge is the figure, the original Dinobot that I had when I was a kid. So going back to, I always like to get the toys I had when I was a kid. But Sludge was a disappointment. And then Grimlock. Grimlock is pretty good for a core class and the size of what they had to do. Grimlock was pretty good in robot mode, and he was pretty good in his T-Rex mode. And then you got to Swoop. Swoop is almost perfect. He's got elbow articulation, which the other Dinobots easily could have. I don't know why, but he's got elbow articulation, legs. I think Swoop is one of the best. And then you had Scar. For being the first time Scar, I think they did a good job, as considering he's a core class figure. Again, no elbow articulation, even though they have the elbow articulation on Swoop and Snarl. And why couldn't they do that with Slag and Scar? It seems the more they get, as they progressed, they seem to get better and better. And then Snarl came out, and I was lucky to find him on Amazon. And he's just almost a perfect figure. He's the only one that comes with the sword. They all come with their little gimmicks. Scar's tail becomes the hand. Swoop comes with two guns. You combine them into a hand. Sludge what did Sludge come with? Slag came with the Grimlock head, the Volcanicus head as part of his tail, made a gun. Grimlock came with this piece with a gun, and it was his tail. And then Snarl came with a sword. So they all came with a weaponry that also was used in Volcanicus. Now, I think everybody says this is going to be recolored as Dino King. Which, seeing the pictures of Dino King, I think that's what it's for. And I got to get the upgrade kit. Some of the problems with this guy is the legs are way too wide. Look at Grimlock, wide as a leg, and Slug, wide as a leg. And the middle piece is kind of weird, but if there's ever one upgrade kit I want to get, it's for this guy. So, we got 6 Dinobots for, $10 each, so $60. We got a little core class combiner. Pretty cool. It's not that you can move this up and down because the joints. He's got a little kick. He's got a knee. So, not the greatest articulation, but he's very posable. And what can I say? We've got 2 Dinobot combiners. 2 different Dinobot combiners. And when I was a kid, I always wondered why the Dinobots never combined. But as in this list, it is number 4, the Evolution, or Lego, Legacy, and Legacy Evolution, the Dinobots. It is Volcanicus. All right, the top 3. Number 3 is the Legacy Evolution Titan Class Nemesis. Back when we got the Ark, you knew eventually we'd get the Nemesis. And I think they nailed this guy out of the park. I mean, it is just like the cartoon. I mean, from everything from the tower right here, and what they did was they learned on the Ark. Like the Ark had these molded in, so on this one they let you pop them in and they actually move. So they learned their lessons from what the Ark lacked into this guy. Now, granted, the Ark had mainframe. This guy doesn't. But here, what can you say? It is the Decepticon ship. Now, at first, when I did my reviews, I kind of thought that they didn't scale together, this guy and the Ark. But after rewatching that first episode, they scaled pretty good together because you had the Nemesis here flying next to the Ark. I kind of wish they would have had the little, like the bridge that combined them. But now, even though this gal did not come with another figure like Mainframe, it did come with, like I said, all these little movable, they pop off easy. And if I could figure out how to open this up real quick, yeah, there we go. It came with these little, I can't get them out. It came with little seeker jets. So you've had the cone heads, and then you have the original 3 seeker jets on each side. And I don't know how now to get them out. Here we go. We'll just put my little finger in there and get these out. I gotta show you these. These are cool. And they're also compatible with, it looks like the old base Power the Primes and Titan Returns. So here you have the Tetrajet and the original F-15. So that was pretty cool. And I know some people got creative and actually painted those, which is amazing. I'm not that creative, so mine just look black. Here we go. And I think you put your little finger on this. And this guy doesn't want to come out. That's what happens when you do live videos. But, there we go. Oops. So, now this you have that is Thrust, the red guy. And then you had a Dirge. So, which basically you had the F-15, so Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarper F-15s. And then you had some of the cone heads. So this is the Thrust cone head and the Dirge cone head. And then on the other side, you have the F-15 and the Tetrajet, which they did in the Siege. So that was pretty cool. Like I said, it came with removable turrets. You know, I mean, just the massive, this figure. And what they were able to accomplish. And it makes a pretty mean looking fembot too. She transforms into a big female, and it's just unlike anything. It's just, you know, lanky arms and stuff and small waist, but all in all, a pretty cool figure. I love the purple and the different shades of purple. You got the Decepticon symbol back here. So she was worth it, and that is the number 3 of mine, the Titan class Legacy Nemesis. Right. 2 more. So number 2 on my top 12 list is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Voyager Studio Series Optimus Prime Rise of the Beast figure. Now, before this guy, my favorite Optimus Prime ever was the Bumblebee movie Prime. I just thought it took elements from the Bayverse movies, and you saw what Optimus Prime would really look like. Now, I know they did the Evasion Mode Prime, but that was the flat end truck with the old Bayverse Prime. So I'm glad we finally got a Optimus Prime that looks G1 with this original truck mode. Now, the only problem with this, well, there's 2 problems, is the back of the truck. I mean, I wish they would have taken the Bumblebee Optimus Prime's legs and just transferred them here. Because what's on the back of this makes no sense at all. And it just ruins the entire silhouette of the truck. But in robot mode, I mean, I got the proportions pretty cool. Yeah, they added the silver here, but you got to keep changing Optimus Prime. But I'm glad that's the most they added. That and the big roll bar, which you don't even see. The roll bar or the whatever that's called, crash bar or whatever. It just transforms right into the back. And this takes a lot of stuff from the Studio Series Optimus, or the Earthrise Optimus. It borrows some stuff from it, but not all of it. But, I mean, this is the perfect silhouette of Optimus Prime. And I don't mind the stacks being this high at all. I don't. The head's pretty cool. You can open up the chest, like he doesn't come with a matrix, obviously. But, you know, and the arm cannon could have been bigger. Yeah, I admit that. But at least you got the arm cannon's accessory. You've got his sword accessory. Didn't come with a blaster. But I think when the Legacy or the Leader class, Optimus Primal came with stuff you can use on him. So, what can I say? Also different is the two Autobot symbols on the shoulders. Optimus Prime usually only had one, but I like the grill is different. And instead of the grill at the base of the truck, this is a little different. So it makes more sense because, like in the Transformers, the movie, the cartoon, that seemed to be his weak spot when he got stabbed there. But, and I know the other one is a little silver paint and gray, not the greatest color match. Like I said, the legs, I do like how they at least attempted something with the legs. Everybody says Earthrise Prime is the best Optimus Prime, yada, yada, yada. But you don't do nothing with the legs. Nothing. It's like, you can spend all that money on doing a good Prime, and there are Primes out there with a lot of transformation involving the legs. And, you know, this one, I think they just do too much kibble on the legs. But I don't even mind. You can see the wheels from back then, from the silhouette. I like the proportions better than the Bumblebee Prime. Not really sure he's my favorite Prime yet, but it's a tough choice between this guy and the Bumblebee Optimus Prime. But this guy gets it in, I like his robot mode better, but I like the other one's truck mode better. Because this is more proportional. The head, I don't think the head's too small. Some people say it's a little too small. But, yeah, I mean, it's just, I like the midsection, I like the chest. Smokestacks, I don't mind. The arms hide a lot more of that junk. Not like the Siege Optimus, it was really bad. But a lot compacts into the arms. I love how you got this extra joint, you know, where you move it back and forward. So they did try new stuff with this, and I'm glad. I know this guy was very hard to find. I actually pre-ordered him again, another Buzzworthy Target exclusive. I actually pre-ordered him, and then I went to my Target and I found him, so I canceled the pre-order. But now the only problem is the mushroom joints. Sometimes when you transform him, he does slide in half, and that mushroom joint's not tight. But other than that, I mean, robot mode, I think he's 99 out of 100. I mean, you can't complain about this robot mode. The truck mode, yes, the foot kibble or behind the truck looks completely ruins the silhouette. But you know what? I keep this guy in robot mode, and he was good enough. So this is our third Optimus Prime on the list. The other two was the Gamer and the Leo. But this guy was good enough on my list to be number 2 for the year. And now for the number 1 of top 2023. Now, I've made no secret. I've been waiting for this Ultra Magnus Studio Series Commander Class Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus. This is my number 1 of this year. Now, I did not like the Siege Ultra Magnus or the Earthrise. I didn't like how you took the Optimus, the white cab, and you stuck feet on him, you stuck arms on him. I didn't care for either mode. The Earth mode was not an Earth mode at all. I don't know what the Cybertronian mode was. That mode was good, or that mold was good for like the Galaxy Optimus Prime, but I just didn't think it was good for Ultra Magnus. So Combiner Wars was my favorite, and I was hoping a hope that they'd come out with a Ultra Magnus, and this guy nails it. Scale wise, it's very, very hard to scale an Ultra Magnus with like Rodimus, my Commander class Rodimus Prime. I mean, there's Commander class, he's like Voyager size, but I wish I had him here, but they don't scale that great. But he's very hard to scale in both molds. But I mean, and people complain about the shoulders. I don't. The way this guy transforms, he's nice, he's solid. I love how the truck combines into the body. It's something we've never seen before. I even have the original Ultra Magnus where you just extend the legs and you stuck him in the back. But this guy, I mean, he's got light piping in the eyes. He's got the original G1 rockets. He's got 2 guns instead of 1. He's got blast effects. I love how this is spring-loaded. Let's see, how do you do this? You open that up. Boom. Ultra Magnus has the Matrix. And it opens just like it did in the... I can just picture Optimus Prime dying. And Hot Rod catching the Matrix. And Ultra Magnus putting the Matrix in here. It's got the gimmick where it's got like the Combiner Wars gimmick where you could pull out the arms and the legs. Not compatible with Combiner Wars, but same technology, just a little different size. So you could literally take them apart, kind of like they did with Cup in the Studio Series 86 with his legs and arms, but his is a little more. But I mean, this guy's got the weight. He's got the accessories. He's definitely got the looks. I mean, he's pretty articulate. You got some soft ratchets. You know, he's got pretty cool articulation. He's got stronger on the arms. The legs are weaker ratchets, though. But, I mean, this guy is just the... Like, the Commander class Rodimus Prime is my favorite Rodimus Prime. This guy is my favorite Ultra Magnus. And I've been picky about my Ultra Magnus. Like I said, I didn't like Siege. I didn't like Earthrise. I waited till finally an Ultra Magnus comes out. Now, when you compare the Commander class, first we had Jetfire, which, you know, when they first came out, they're $79.99. And Jetfire you had to do as Commander class. Then the next one was Skylynx. Another perfect choice. Again, Skylynx. You couldn't do him justice as a leader class. And then you got to Rodimus Prime. And the complexity was good. I like the G1. I mean, he looked just like the G1 trailer. But it came with a lot more stuff. That one, and the prices started going up. Okay. And then Motormaster. And now him. Is he worth the Commander class price? I don't think you could do this guy justice as a leader class. Not with today's inflation and the way things are now. He's definitely got the parts count. He's got the weight. He's got the accessories. And this is a masterpiece. To me, this is my masterpiece Ultra Magnus. And it's the Ultra Magnus figure I've been waiting for what, like 5 years since Combiner Wars. And even that one was pretty good too. But this guy is like taken right off the screen. I mean, stuff like that is just, they nailed it with Ultra Magnus. And enough, so he made my number 1 for the entire year is Transformers Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus. Number 1 for the year. Now, just to go over some of the figures, I had a list of all the figures I had this year. I mean, they went from everything from the Top Gun Maverick figure to, like I said, Voyager Tarn, Deluxe Scrap Hook, and then you had Toe Lion, the Target exclusive recolor. Now, I was going to put the Walmart exclusive animated Hot Rod on the list. You know, I love Hot Rod. He's my favorite figure. I just got another animated Hot Rod figure with the Walmart exclusive Retro Hound. But I saved him for another list. But yeah, him come out this year. You had you had the little battle masters from Rise of the Beast. You had the Primal, the Cheetor, the Skullcruncher, the Rhinox, and the Airazor. Oh boy, you had the Freezer Core class. You had again the Bumblebee Studios. Yeah, the 86 Brawn. I actually had Brawn highlighted as one of my 12, but I didn't list them. Brawn was a pretty cool figure. Again, another mini bot. And unfortunately, Beachcomber, I can't get Beachcomber. He's like 50 bucks on Amazon. I saw him in the stores once, and he's another one I need to get. Let's see, core class, the Energon, and I just got the Energon Universe Megatron core class figure. The Prowl, the Noah Studio Series. So there was a ton of figures that I got, and there was a lot that I didn't get. Because the figures are getting a lot more expensive. I'm 50 years old now. I can't keep collecting this stuff. I'm running out of room. I know the wife doesn't really like me collecting them, but I still do. But, I thought this was a good, I got a good assortment of sizes, from core class to Titan class, the combiners. I like how I combine the Insecticons and stuff. So this is a very good year of collecting. Now, as we head into 2024, it's the 40th anniversary of Transformers. Already animated, I've got Bumblebee coming in with Amazon. I missed out on the Optimus Prime animated. I love animated. It was one of my favorite cartoons from the Transformers. I was a little older when it came out. I got to enjoy it with my kids who were growing up. And I think, they've got the new animated, so Bumblebee. You've got, we got Prowl. He wasn't this year, though, but you got Bumblebee. You got the Optimus Prime. What else? You got the Rock Lords coming out in 2024. A lot of the Japanese versions are coming out. You get all the new Tiger Hawk or something. You got the leader class, that new commander class, Megatron, with the 3 different animals form it. So 2024, I probably won't be collecting as much in 2024 as I did in 2023, but I'll still collect enough for the channel, keep on going. I'm going to do more of my old flashback. I got a whole bunch of G1 stuff I haven't done yet. I picked up a couple recolors, like I did the Dragstrip recolor. So I've still got stuff I got to do. But I think 2023 was a very good year with Rise of the Beast coming out. And the next year we've got the Transformers 1 coming out. And I wonder if I read somewhere where September of 2024 will be all of our new Transformers 1 toys. That might not be the movie, but the toys might come out earlier. But I know it comes out near the end of the year, and I hope they'll probably have a whole new toy line too of Transformers 1. So there's no update as of this time on a Rise of the Beast sequel, which I know it did more statewide than Bumblebee movie, but Bumblebee did better overall with international sales. So if Paramount can just get their overseas distribution a little better, I think, Transformers they may not do Bayverse billion-dollar movies anymore, but as long as you do stuff that the audience likes, go back to G1 roots, add new figures as it comes along. The Primal, just switch it up. Unicron, they've got to keep with Unicron. I'd love to see Unicron transform. And, I would love to see Hot Rod, not, that last 9 Hot Rod, but my Hot Rod figure, Rodimus Prime. I would love to see them, my wish list is a movie, a Transformers, the movie 86 done in real life. That would be killer. Hasbro, if you're listening, a new TV show could take place between season 2 and 3. We have Hot Rod talking with Sideswipe and Sunstreaker. You have the new movie characters, interacting with the old ones. So, But anyway, that's on my wish list. But that's for 2023 and 2024 with the 40th anniversary. We'll just see. I'm sure there's a lot more surprises we don't know about coming out in 2024. But right now, with the animated stuff and the Rock Lords coming out, it looks like it's a pretty good year so far. So that's about it. This is Rodimusbill, and I'm saying it was good 2023. You guys have a happy new year, and 2024 is going to be another good year for Transformers. I just hope the stores start getting more stock in, and you'll probably see 86 liter Snarl on next year's list, and we still haven't seen Swoop yet, so that's what I'm looking forward to, a leader class Swoop. All right, as always, Happy New Year to LR1, Ba Weep Grana Weep Nitty Bon. Happy New Year, folks. Rodimusbill out.